still love you. We're friends. I love you more. Okay. Zenzio. What again? Okay, do you like it better when people call you Josh or when people call you Zenzio?
Zenzio. I think it's just like Josh is so basic. You know?
Zenzio's got quite a ring.
And like I bet you've never met someone else with that.
No, I agree. No, I have not met anyone that. So, Josh, are you bitter? I just came to Josh after we had the conversation. Wow,
Yeah.
that's sweet.
Now I'm bitter. Because of that.
But were you bitter prior?
No, I really wasn't. I saw it coming. You know, so the round where we got Brody out, right? I heard my name, and I was pretty confident that I was going to get put on the block. And I had been sensed it coming for a while. You know, I was surprised I even made it this far in All Stars. I figured they would have wanted me out right away. Which the second week they actually tried to get me out. So, you know, as soon as I heard that, I was like, you know what? I think it's about that time to make a big move, and that was the whole Brody thing. And then after that, I was 100% confident that I was next. So no, I really wasn't bitter. I was kind of.
You ready for it?
Ready, yeah.
Okay. When was your last game? Was it Halloween?
My last Big Brother, was
it Halloween? Okay.
Which is the only Big Brother I've actually played.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. How would that compare to this game?
This game was definitely more. Well, the game I played was Coaches, so this is the first like real Big Brother.
You were coached, yeah. I played Coaches. That was.
Yeah.
It was definitely a different aspect for sure.
Different atmosphere. I mean, like the whole Coaches aspect,
Mm-hmm.
you know, totally changed the game. But today, I actually thought it was a lot more difficult, just because the level of talent that's in the game was kind of intimidating, but it made it more fun. So.
How was it playing against the coaches that coached in like the Halloween Big Brother?
I mean,
what was that like?
It was annoying, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as Brody did that "we're coaches together" thing, I was just like, you know what? Screw you, man. Like I'm gonna like suicide myself just to get you out, and it's exactly what I did. And like I'm completely content with like just that move alone. It's
I
like
respect that.
I'm happy.
So how are you feeling about the coaches and that all that happening as someone who's not a coach,
Well, after that happened, there was going to have to be some serious damage control for the not-coach players to take over the game, and it just didn't happen. And in my mind, it was like an 80% chance, right, that after Brody got out, the coaches would come back and take over like they're doing. And I thought there was maybe a 20% chance that the players like me would rise up and take over the game. But the coaches are more experienced, they know what they're doing, they have influence over the players, and one of the big reasons I wanted to make that move was just to get the game out of the hands of the coaches, because constantly, Taylor, Brody, Lauren, are winning the games over and over and over and over. And I think, not even just winning, like they're always going to get to the top 5. They're always going to be, like, you're always going to be watching them because they're great, and people, listen to what they say because of their name, and like they are great. But it's also namesake, it's like people look at them and they're like, they know what they're doing, I'm going to listen to them. So I really just wanted to shake that up for the rest of the players. And like, I hope Mary Kate doesn't get screwed over because of that, but poor girl.
No, I love Mary Kate. Would you have considered your move against Brody your biggest move?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I tried to stay
huge,
low-key
yeah.
before that.
You were very low-key, and didn't you say in your opening interview, wasn't that something you were going for?
Yep, staying low-key was my plan. And it worked out well for a while. I was doing good, but then I had a couple coaches come up to me and they were like, wow, I like how you're playing low-key. And I'm guessing as soon as they caught on to that, they were like, let's get Josh out, so what can I do?
Who are your biggest allies and enemies of this game?
I really didn't have too many enemies. It was just like the general target that is always on my head that got me out, I guess. But Adele was one of my allies from the very beginning of the game. I thought that me, Brody, and Taylor had something, but that just dissipated as soon as it became, as soon as the time actually mattered for that alliance to come into play. I heard Taylor throw my name out. And apparently he heard someone lied to him and told him that I put his name out, which Taylor's name never once came out of my mouth. So someone in this game is lying, and
Do you regret like not making any alliances with certain people or having alliances with certain people?
No, I mean, like from the start, I went and talked to like every single player and made sure that I was in a good standing with them. And most of the players, I figured would be bitter from our last game, so it was kind of even like, let's be friends this time, And like me and Mary Kate, last time we played, me and her were totally against each other, like every time we played. So this was the first time we had an alliance, which didn't work out too well, but it was still fun. So.
Let me think. Okay, wait. If you can go back in time theoretically and do something different, could you have done something differently to have stayed longer?
Yeah, I really think if I hadn't made that move to get Brody and Thomas on the block, I wouldn't have been as targeted as I was. I would have been as fine on like, let's get Josh out. But just my name being brought up, and from Taylor's mouth, who I thought was my ally, kind of just like really infuriated me. And it was like, I'm going to do something big, even if it gets me out. I know it's kind of suicide, but I'm honestly ready to go see my girlfriend and leave. So I'm happy. It was a good day. It was fun.
Do you feel like your gameplay or the way people treated you in the game was changed because of maybe like your prior game, or like just how they knew you generally, like as a person?
I think this is actually the game that least affected. Most games I play, I feel like there's a target on my head from the beginning, just because like I look intimidating, and I do make big moves. So usually coming into a game, I think, oh, there's going to be a huge target on my head, and there actually wasn't. And the beginning of the game went smoothly. So no, actually, I don't think it affected this game. I think that all the people here are all-stars and they're mature enough to, not have bitterness and resentment from other games.
Okay, and lastly, just to close up, before I ask you my final question, Amelia said this to me today and I laughed for about 10 minutes. She said to me, and I'm crediting her with this because it was too good, she said, "It's not delivery, it's Dezenzio," and I laughed for so long that I was like, I'm using that in my interview, I have to tell him that you said that. But
that is pretty funny.
There's that. Okay, and my final question, are you a Harry Potter fan?
Not too big. No, I'm a Lord of the Rings fan.
Okay, wait, this works out because I also know Lord of the Rings. Which character would have survived best in this game of Big Brother from Lord of the Rings?
In this game?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a tough one. Probably, I would say Pippin, because gliders do really well in this game, and people staying low-key, and Pippin's a low-key character, and I feel like a lot of the people playing, they're, people who aren't coaches anyway, the best way for them to play is to just glide and to just not get noticed. Like Sophie, she's been playing a great game really, but she hasn't been out there too much. So yeah, Pippin.
Awesome. Okay, well, thank you. This has been I Can't Believe You're Still Bitter, where we spread the gossip like butter.